I got that holy swag. Woo, woo, yeah. I got that holy swag. Yeah, look, I got that holy swag. Whoa, I got that. Hey, reach for greatness, then right up on them and seat the haters. We get recognition, be at the peak of your pinnacle. Never believe you can't get where you wanna be to beat them fakers. There's a blessing God gave you, face it. Life ain't gotta rewind, but a better word for what you want. Don't be complacent. Get on the grind, go and get it when you're given the time. It's all in the mind. You were your only enemy, and nobody stopping your shine.
Hey world, it's Ashley with another episode of Swag on Point TV. I'm so excited about this new series we're starting, Beating the Odds. Today, we're going to focus on David and Goliath. And what I want you all to be able to grasp from this is that while David defeated a giant, there was more to overcoming his adversity than those that are reading the context would even imagine. I also want to introduce you to my good friend Mareana, a fashion model, a BBW, and an entrepreneur, everything that also exemplifies Holy Swag Ministries. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with you.
The Take One Internship program is an initiative that caters to youth that desire to be leaders in the entertainment industry. Take One gives them the opportunity to gain hands-on learning experience through faith-based media. Visit www.holyswagministries.com to sow a seed or ask how you can donate your used media equipment to jumpstart their career. Let's change lives, one youth at a time.
First Samuel 17:45-51. David replied to the Philistines, "You come to me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of heaven's armies, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. Today the Lord will conquer you, and I will kill you and cut off your head. And then I will give the dead bodies of your men to the birds and wild animals, and the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel. And everyone assembled here will know that the Lord rescues his people, not by sword and spear. This is the Lord's battle, and he will give you to us." As Goliath moved closer to attack, David quickly ran out to meet him. Reaching into his shepherd's bag and taking out a stone, he hurled it with his sling and hit the Philistine in the forehead. The stone sank in, and Goliath stumbled and fell face down on the ground. So David triumphed over the Philistines with only a sling and a stone, for he had no sword. Then David ran over and pulled Goliath's sword from its sheath. David used it to kill him and cut off his head. So what is beating the odds? The definition reads, to succeed despite not having a good chance of succeeding. And in the story of David and Goliath, just to be transparent, David wasn't supposed to be in that area. He was instructed by his father to go take some food to his brothers who were a part of Saul's army. And so once he arrives, he sees that Saul and the Israelites are more afraid and intimidated by the Philistines, which Goliath was a part of. And so Goliath, this 9-foot tall giant with lots of armor on, 125 pounds of bronze shield is what the Bible says that he has on. So he has on all of this, and he's so intimidating to everybody else but David. And so as David approaches the battlefield, he's asking a question like, well, who is this giant? Like, you know, he wants to know, he wants an understanding as to what's going on. And so our first swag tip today is to don't be intimidated, but step to it like a boss. Listen, no matter what that giant in your life looks like, know that you are a boss. God created you to literally be the forefront so that he can help fight your battles. And so as long as you do things with God in place, nothing can stop you or separate you from that. Swag tip number 2 is know that you are more than capable. You are more than capable, and you have the ability to do anything. And you are worth more than just what anybody says to you or what they might think of you. In the text, it talks about how David's brothers even told him, like, you shouldn't be here. This is not a place for you. But David was determined. David was willing. David was, he found himself equipped because he knew that he was working this thing with Christ and with Christ alone. And Philippians 4 and 13 reminds us that you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. And so even though David knew that this is God's army and this is God's battle, and when you put your faith in God, you have the capabilities to do anything and to accomplish all. And so even Saul told him, like, you silly for wanting to fight in this battle. But my word to you all today is to just keep going, to know that you are bigger than your giants. You are more than capable, and don't let it intimidate you. Don't be afraid of the things that might look like giants coming your way, because I'm here to tell you, as long as you're fighting with Christ and Christ alone, you can succeed and you will win. The text expresses that once Saul was finally on board with David fighting, he attempted to provide him with an armor, right? And the armor that he was trying to provide him with was uncomfortable. So David, like, I'm not wearing this. Like, I'm not wearing this. But what he did have was his slingshot. And so I also want to tell you that sometimes that weapon you might think your weapon is not the best weapon to use. But with a stone and a slingshot, the Bible says that the rock went right, or the stone went right through the giant's head. It went right to the giant's forehead, and he fell down. And he defeated the giant. He defeated the giant no matter how big or small. The giant has swords, he has spears, he had all these things. But with David having faith in God, even with just this slingshot, he was able to utilize that weapon to defeat the biggest and the most intimidating and the baddest giant of all the lands. So just know that no matter what comes against you, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And as long as you have your shield of faith, your shield of armor with God, nothing can separate you as when you're on that battlefield. And know who stands behind you. That's swag tip number 3. Know who stands behind you. Know that when you have God in place, he is omnipresent. He is available to you. He is right there centered. And as long as you invite him into that place, see, David even quoted in that scripture, like, I know that this battle is not mine, but it's of the Lord's. And so I just want to encourage you all today to keep fighting with God. Know that you are more than capable. You are more than worthy. And to defeat the giant, defeat it. Things come against you all the time. People will say things about you all the time. Those things probably won't stop in life, especially if you live in a walk of success and authority with God. So I just want to trust you all, or instilling you all today to trust God, to walk with God, to walk in your authority, and know that the battle is not yours, but it is the Lord's, and that you can defeat, you can prosper, you can come against and beat the odds just like David, and have a David kind of confidence when you walk into the battlefield, even when you don't think it's somewhere you're supposed to be. See, so often we get shut down by what everybody else in society says about us, or what they what they say about us, or how they might feel towards us, or and we let it intimidate us. We let it fear us. However, I want to, like I said, just encourage you today to keep walking with God, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of your journey, because I promise you, wherever God wants you to go, he's going to make it happen for you. Swag tip number 4, confidence. See, being the underdog doesn't necessarily mean that you're set up to fail. In fact, when you walk in confidence, being the underdog only instills a greater and a more bold push, if you will. And so knowing that God is with you. He is standing next to you. You are in this battle with him and him alone. You can succeed, but you have to have the mindset and the mental capacity to identify, like, God, I need a special kind of confidence in you in order to thrive, in order to be motivated, in order to motivate others, in order to win the battle. I have to walk with God. I have to be confident in that walk. I can't walk with my head held low. I can't walk with my hands behind my back. In fact, I need to be ready for battle no matter what comes my way. And like David, no matter what kind of weapon you're using, be sure that you know the benefit of your weapon. And when you know the benefit of your weapon, I'm telling you, nothing can come against you and God. Swag tip number 5, pray, pray, pray. Pray when you're coming, pray when you're going, pray when you are in tune with God, when you seek his guidance. You have to be specific in your prayers. God says that he came that we might have life and life more abundantly, and that the way to draw near to him is through prayer. And I know I've said that previously in an episode, so guess what? That's going to continue to be a swag tip for us. Continue to pray, pray, pray. Listen, we're going to go ahead and pay some bills, and we'll be right back with you with our exclusive interview with Mareana. Stay tuned.
Need help styling your child? Look no further. All About Me Baby Co. is a children's boutique with trendy and stylish clothing that keeps your kids looking fashionable yet age appropriate. Explore inventory and discover the newest arrivals today. Visit www.allaboutmebabyco.com. Again, that's www.allaboutmebabyco.com.
Swag on Point TV can now be found on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, Miss Ashley Nicole, and tune in any day of the week to catch Swag on Point TV. Holy swag, make it your lifestyle. As promised, we are here with my girl Mareana. Hey girl, hey.
Hey, how are you?
I am pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So, talk to us about you.
Well, I am an inspiring plus size model. My name is Mareana, as you did say. I am 20 years old, freshly 20.
Fresh 20.
Fresh
Happy
20.
birthday.
Thank you. I go to school for nursing, and I'm just an inspiring plus size model.
Okay, and how did you start this journey with being a plus size fashion model?
So I started when I was 5. So my mom put me into modeling. Of course, I loved it when I was little. I did quit modeling though because of my self-esteem, personal problems I had within myself. Just listening to other people instead of listening to myself and listening to God. So I stopped modeling, then I got back into it because I just really wanted to do it. I've always wanted to do it, but I think the thought that other people had of me was getting to me instead of my own thoughts and my own things that I believed in myself. I was letting what other people thought that I shouldn't do, that I shouldn't do it.
Right, right. And how, as you grown in this journey, how do you overcome that every day?
Honestly, I did pray a lot, honestly. I did. I had moments when I would cry because I was like, okay, so am I really ugly? Am I really fat? Or like, just the whole rundown of cruel things people would say on a typical day. So overcoming it was honestly prayer and just having my family there for support. My mom telling me the girl, her rundown of things. Just stuff like that, honestly. But it was mainly prayer and just really talking to God and just talking to myself. Yeah. The reflection in the mirror thing really worked out for me. Talking to myself and just telling myself, you can do this. You can do whatever you put your mind to, first of all. So that's how I did it. That's how I really overcame it. That's why I'm here now.
Here today,
yeah.
Absolutely. And walking into a place and a journey that you've never been before, I mean, we all embrace something new day in and day out, and it's important for us as Christians, as people of God, as humans, just to embrace the journey that God has provided for us. And so when you overcome those adversities, girl, it's something about that, is it not? I did want to ask you, so I recently seen one of your YouTube videos about, is it hard to be a BBW?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is it hard to be a BBW?
To me, I'll say yes because of my personal experiences that I had. But it's like, even in my video when I said a yes and a no answer, because yes, because of people in this world, they're very cruel. they're always going to have an opinion even when they're not asked for their opinion. So people are always going to have something to say, but know if you know who you really are. If you stand strong in who you are, you believe in who you are, and just honestly standing in God, it's like you can't fail. So it was a double answer for me because of my experiences. So I explained it from both sides. That was my way of looking at it.
Right. So when it comes down to being a BBW, being and embracing a full-figured model, and doing just things outside of the box, how do you stay out of that comfort zone? And I say stay out of the comfort zone because you could be on your couch, depressed, upset about what other people are saying about you. How do you stay out of that bubble?
Just my thoughts of myself are my thoughts of myself. So not letting other people's opinions, if it's not positive, I don't receive it. So things that someone says to me, I don't have to receive. If they tell me today that you won't be nothing, I don't have to take that. You can say it, but I don't have to receive that within myself. So just believing in myself and everything that I believe, who I am and who I can be and who I'm going to become, that's what I take on a day-to-day journey. To stay out of my comfort zone, that's like a whole process still. I'm still growing into that. Like with certain shoots and certain looks people want me to do, I'm kind of like, okay, but you look at it and you take it and you literally step by step, day by day, process by process, because you're learning. Like I'm an aspiring plus size model, so I'm still growing into this like now as I'm speaking. So, it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to do it to get out of my comfort zone so I can be relaxed, because I know I'm going to have other people looking up to me, and I want to set the example like, okay, if she can do it, I can do it.
Right.
That's how I want to be looked at, not, okay, so she just did this just to do it. But I also still want to have respect for myself as well, to show other examples so they know you don't have to do this in order to be noticed or in order to get the fame, or just certain things. It's just how you really look at it.
Yeah. And so I do my research. I'm nosy. You don't like it, oh well. But on one of your posts when you were first embracing being a fashion model, there was a lot of I read it, a lot of negative comments.
Yes.
Why she got that on? How did that make you feel? And especially in still embracing this.
In the moment, I was kind of like, okay, you know how you look at you just scrolling on Facebook, then you see a comment, you kind of like, oh, all right, so that's your opinion. I had to honestly take a few minutes to just really take in what was said to me multiple times on the post, as you did see, and just be like, okay, so that is their opinion. Like I said, you don't have to receive anything that anyone says to you. So it's kind of like, okay, well, that's their opinion. So now I'm just going to politely respond. And that was just that. And I just left it at that, because honestly, arguing with somebody, when you know your worth and you just know what you're trying to do, not everyone understands your goals either. So if I'm doing something, they're not going to understand why I'm doing it, because it's my dream, my goal. And I'm learning that in this journey, not everyone is going to understand. They're just not. And that's not their vision.
Exactly. And that's just a life thing. Everybody won't accept you. Everybody isn't meant to be, and that's for somebody. Everybody isn't meant to be in your inner space, in your inner circle, in your bubble, as some people say. Everybody doesn't deserve to be that close to you. So those that have their opinions, let them have that opinion, honey. That has nothing to do with your next, okay? Listen, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with you.
Follow Mareana the Fashion Model on Facebook and Instagram. Also, be sure to watch and subscribe to her YouTube channel, Mareana the Fashion Model, available for booking.
So, Mareana, share with us how you maintain your lifestyle every day while being a Christian, a young entrepreneur, someone in school. I mean, you have a lot going on, girl. How are you maintaining every day?
I honestly take it day by day for sure. Because like I said, I never know what really comes up against me. So I take it day by day, praying. Honestly, when I'm at church, just meditating in, listening to the word. Just really praying is honestly my main answer. I really pray a lot, y'all. Even at work, I would go and pray, just because that's how I really make it through the day. That's just my way of doing it.
And we mentioned in a previous episode about making prayer your lifestyle, making that intimate time with God a key part of your relationship and how you build that relationship. And so just tell me this, what is your ultimate goal in life? What is your overall, what Mareana want to do with her life?
My ultimate goal is honestly just to be the best version of myself, meaning with my career of nursing, with my career with modeling for sure. I just really want to be able to, one, set the example for other people, young women, men, whoever I can help motivate too, to like really keep pushing for your goals. Like just because you're a certain size, you're a certain height, your hair is short, is long, whatever it is, like it doesn't mean, like your physical appearance really means nothing, because I know people who are even heavier set than me and can kill a runway right now with no problem, you know? I know people who are not as, for example, who don't have rhythm but can still make something happen. I just feel like it's really a mind thing. So if you want to do it, do it. You can do anything. So if you want to do it, I recommend just doing it, taking that leap of faith, just going out and experiencing it, because you never know until you try. So it can either go good or bad. It's up to you if you want to do it. So that's my way of thinking with it. So that's what really motivated me even to start back modeling, just to do it, to see how it's going to go, because I never know unless I try.
So just a off the wall question, off the runway, who is Mareana?
Off the runway in the photo shoot.
The runway in the photo shoot, who is Mareana?
Goofy, honestly, goofy. I'm just myself still. My personality is, I can be dramatic, you know, the normal female pretty much, but I'm still me. Very blunt sometimes, honestly. But I'm just who I am, honestly. Like, just my goofy personality, always laughing at something. Laugh at the wrong time sometimes.
Okay.
But
that's
just
honest.
Yep, very honest. But just me. Like, but honestly, even when I'm not on the runway or the photo shoot, I'm still thinking about what I can do to make myself better.
Absolutely.
That's just my motivation right now, is just to strive for greater, just so I can see how far I can go with this. Like, that's my hunger for it right now. And two, to also set the example of Christ. Like, yes, you can go to church and still become a model. Some people in church feel you shouldn't do it. But, you know, it's like, it's how you take it and how far you go with it. Now, it's just, I feel like it's a certain length, I'll say. Like, don't go overboard for sure, but I feel like if it's your dream, to go and chase it.
Chase your dreams. And one thing, as far as like our story with David and Goliath and how David was able to defeat a giant. I mean, slayed a giant. We come against so many giants day in and day out. And part of why I really wanted to make sure that you had an opportunity on Swag on Point TV is because I believe you are beating the odds every day. You are slaying giants every day. Not worrying about what everybody else may think or feel or say. I mean, that is like an accomplishment, because everybody doesn't have that same drive and goal and ambition and confidence. You mentioned so many times in that YouTube video about confidence, about walking with confidence.
Yes, because without confidence, who are you? You won't know who you are. If you don't believe in yourself, you can't make someone else believe in you, because that shows your confidence. If you lack confidence, you can see that. In that video, I meant that I would never walk in a room again with my head down. I just won't. It's just something that I've grown to like learn. Even my mom would tell me, why your head down? What's on the floor? You know, so that's really what I look at, and that's how I take it. Even when I'm talking to somebody, making eye contact, just everything, like little things like that make a big difference, even in your demeanor, who you are, what you stand for. So that's what matters.
Absolutely. What can the world expect from Mareana, the fashion model, next?
For sure, more photo shoots. Hopefully more runways, honestly. If y'all know anybody who's looking for somebody to runway to do a photo shoot with, contact me, let me know. I'm honestly open for anything, because like I said, I'm still building. I'm still inspiring right now, even for myself. Then y'all will really see me on social media. Follow me on my YouTube, the vlogs, everything. So for sure, though, more runways and photo shoots coming.
Absolutely. Yes. Mareana, thank you for joining us
on
Swag on Point TV.
Listen,
where we get our swag lit with God. Guys, I am so glad you tuned in today. Make sure you watch us next week. We'll be back with more.
I mean, you been watching my back and I'm letting them know it's a fact that I got that holy swag. Counting my blessings, giving me speed and they giving me strength and they giving me power to fight through the rain. And I'm thanking the Lord for the gift that He gave me. This is a lifestyle I would never let nobody play me out of it. Like no other really, they be wild. And I'ma let the blessings rain down. That's holy swag. Yeah, got that holy swag. Whoa, whoa, I got that holy swag. Yeah, I got that holy swag.